Girl,
Everybody
it's packed out here tonight.
Please. Follow the one line, please.
I told you.
IDs out. I need to see IDs. Thank you, ladies. Welcome to Park Ave.
Excuse me. Hello? Can you move? What? Excuse me. Oh my God. You ready to go? Girl, I've been ready.
Well, hey, girl, hey.
Girl.
Okay.
Nah,
Thought you was
just
about to
kidding.
say something important.
Nah, I ain't finna say shit important.
What's poppin'? Feels like it's been forever. How was your Memorial Day weekend?
I'll tell you how my Memorial Day weekend was. It was bloody. It was hormonal. I started my period. I slept.
That was real graphic.
I mean,
when you said bloody, I don't know.
If I can keep it real with you, Chief, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief.
Jesus.
I'm just saying.
I just picture pools of blood. Gross. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, it was just a tiresome weekend. I was tired. Had some sex. And then,
you had bloody sex?
No.
Oh, I'm about to say, y'all real comfortable now.
No.
Jesus, y'all passing, what they call it, passing red lights?
Nah, hell no.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't judge.
I don't pass red lights.
You know, I've had, period sex.
Stop on red.
You know,
Yeah,
I have.
No. But, nonetheless, that Monday, I woke up and I was just so exhausted. I was just tired. And basically just slept all day. So, that was my Memorial Day.
Oh.
Yours?
I went to...
Oh, bitch, I saw you was popping. You was at a pool party.
I went to a pool party. A friend had a pool party. They invited me. And they were like, hey, you should come. Don't bring anything. And I was like, cool. But then I was like, damn, I wonder if we're going to have food. So I went by Chick-fil-A and got like a platter of like chicken nuggets.
They were open?
No, this was Saturday. We had the pool party Saturday.
Oh.
So I went thinking I was doing like my due diligence and we'll have something to eat. Come to find out, my friend, shout out to Brandy, had steak and asparagus and zucchini and, had like real, I was like, oh, y'all had a budget.
Oh, y'all had a budget for the party.
Oh. Did y'all pass around a collection plate? Like, this just wasn't no hot dogs. They have no hot dogs, no hamburgers. Like, you got a meal. You got chicken and... It was, like I said, asparagus, and they had edibles and alcohol. And I'm like, well, look at the edibles and the alcohol. But I'm on drinking probation, unfortunately, still. So I'm like, look at the edibles and alcohol and, kebabs. And,
kebab?
Shout out to Brandy. Thanks, guys. Oh, she asked about you. She was like, where Adrianna at? I was like, I thought she was in Corpus. So I was like, I think she's in Corpus. But they did say you should have came. I was like, I think she might be out of town. She might not. Not sure. But... they did ask about you. And then some girl, I don't know her name, when they mentioned the podcast, it was like, oh, do you do it with Adrianna? I was like, I do. So what? I can't remember her name. So apparently she knows you.
Okay.
So she did.
Yes, my great aunt Dorothy Brown Benson.
That sounds like an old name.
Dorothy Brown Benson.
How old is Dorothy?
Dorothy was in her 80s.
Okay, yeah. Dorothy sounds like an 80s name.
Yeah, and she transitioned.
Okay. I did.
She went home to glory.
So I sent Adrianna a text message like, oh my God, I'm so sorry your aunt passed. Because when you say aunt, I'm thinking like your mother's sister. I understand there's great aunts and great great aunts. So I'm thinking like your auntie that was like, 40. Adrianna sends me a text back. It says she was ready. I was like, oh, okay. She old. I'm like, oh, I'm still sorry.
No, I didn't say it like that. Now you perceive that I said it like that.
I'm sorry.
I said that she.
I read it like
that she was ready. She was ready to see the king.
Yeah, sometimes you be ready to see the king.
She was ready to see the king. She had Alzheimer's.
Oh yeah.
She was in a nursing home, and she got sick. Mm-hmm. And and I'll say this. I only have been to maybe, besides that, I've been to 2 funerals in my life. 3 funerals. Mm-hmm. I don't do funerals.
Me neither.
It's something about it. It's just very unsettling to me. Mm-hmm. So, you know, my mother, she called me, or she texted me like at maybe like 6:30 in the morning. She said, Aunt Dorothy, she passed. I mean, I was just like, damn, I know she had Alzheimer's. I know she was in a nursing home. I mean, she went home to see the king. She was ready.
You know, sometimes you be ready. I'm thinking like in your 80s and 90s, you be like...
She's in her 80s.
Yeah,
you know, yeah, like, because I know my... And she was my... again, she's my grandpa's sister, so...
Oh, yeah.
She was ready to see the king. She was ready to see Jesus.
Yeah.
So,
It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. I don't know. That just came to my mind.
It's a me. Let's do John P. Key. It's a me. It's me, oh Lord.
I said,
I am standing in the need of prayer. Lord, that is my song.
I used to have John P. Key on the cassette tape. That's why I'm laughing. I did, and I used to have that Home Alone like recorder.
Bitch.
I used to. Me and John
I've
P.
been
Key
listening
got
to
down.
John P. Key, girl.
Me and John P.
It
Key.
is me.
Where is John P. Key at? Is he still out here making gospel music?
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay.
It's me, oh Lord, and his choir. Anyways.
But yeah.
Yes, so,
Warm
you know,
Happy was
good.
That's good.
Everybody's fine. I mean, life happens.
That's good. I mean, not good that she passed away,
No,
but good.
But she's in the Father's arms because, like they say, death in the
Just
body is
wait, that's
life
not
in
a
the
gospel
spirit.
song. That's escape.
I think
What they say?
they say death of the body is life in presence in the Lord. Something like
Come
that.
on, scripture.
I mean, I know a little bit about a little bit.
Girl, come
So, you know, I know my Aunt
Thank you.
Dorothy is in heaven with her red downs and that wig.
Remembering, you know, it's good. When
With her, she had these. I mean, she was a fly woman.
Yeah,
So you know, R.I.P. to Aunt Dorothy.
God bless Aunt Dorothy.
I mean, she always had red lipstick on. She had that wig was popping. She had her long red cat nails. She was just, you know, her skin was tight. Come
on, Dorothy.
Yeah, Dorothy was popping.
Come on, Dorothy.
But anyways,
what are you doing with your life? So what is your take on Pusha T and Drake? That's everywhere.
Pusha T and Drake. So this is my take. I think that when Drake responded with that Notes app about his blackface and not Adenon, or what is it, Addison? What is his name?
Girl, you know it's Adenon. Is that
Adonis. That confirmed.
I need that question. Can somebody figure out why they named that baby Adonis? What's
and
behind that?
Confirmed to me that Drake is not ready to take that L. He's not ready to take that L. And the reason why I say that is because he knows what he was getting into. Any nigga knows.
I don't think you know what he was getting into.
Any nigga knows, especially industry niggas, because industry niggas talk. Shit, club promoters talk. Bar managers talk. People talk, right? Mm-hmm. And you know you fucking with a bitch that has been passed around, that is going around.
I don't think he thought he was going to take that. This is the thing.
Nah, let me say this. Let me just say this. I don't think that he thought that baby was his, right? I think the baby's his. But we don't, everybody can just guess and assume. I personally think that baby is his, but because of the fact that there's this girl that, he a popping ass nigga. He had any girl he want, and it's this girl.
I don't think, as far as what Pusha T, first of all, I didn't think Infrared deserved the response to begin with. My thing about
Infrared, I like the album though.
I mean, I don't care about Pusha T like that. And I mean, that's just me. Like, I know grinding, because who didn't do the beat in high school? I know what happened to that boy. I know that. I'm not like, I wasn't like an insane Pusha T or Clips fan. I know exactly who Pusha T is. I wasn't going to listen to Infrared, no way. I wasn't going to listen to the album, no way. I think what he said on Infrared didn't warrant a response. I remember a quote, they said that when a wolf howls at the moon, no one pays attention. But if the moon was to howl back at the wolf, then it'll be news. That's kind of how I feel about Drake and Pusha T. On the grand scheme of popularity, on the grand scheme of mainstream, Drake is clearly the bigger star. So if Drake didn't say anything, the only reason I went and listened to Infrared was because Drake responded. Then I was like, oh, well, what did Pusha T say? Then I doubled back and opened up my Tidal or my Apple Music or whatever and listened to what he said on Infrared. I wouldn't have paid attention to it based on just it being out there in the public. I was already kind of annoyed that they went and got that Whitney Houston picture.
I was annoyed
I thought
about
that was just hella disrespectful.
That was trash.
And for you idiots saying that she bought it from Pat Houston, they bought the picture from the Inquirer or Star Magazine from like back in the 90s, the tabloid or whatever. But a picture that wasn't even supposed to be out because Bobby Brown's sister took that picture and wasn't supposed to be taking that picture clearly. But so I was already kind of annoyed by that. But then I knew that got people talking. And then I heard like mumbles about Infrared, but I didn't hear too much about what was said about Drake. So in hindsight, that album,
basically,
that
it's just
Pusha
whole
T
ghostwriting shit.
No, yeah, I got that part. But the thing is, Pusha T album would have been a news cycle and then disappeared. Meaning it would have came out, a select few people would have talked about it for a few days, and then it would have disappeared. When Drake made the response, that has pushed this album out another week. So in hindsight, if Drake should have just ignored it and did like a sub, like he been doing Jay-Z all these years, and a random song on his album and kept it pushing. Now this is the problem when you start fucking with people. You don't necessarily know who you messing with. People swear, like when you be in a club and you be trying some random person because you think you the big bad wolf, sometimes you gonna hit the wrong person. Sometimes you're gonna say something to the wrong person. It's kind of like when you in high school and it's always like a jokester who always cracks jokes and your mama jokes and look at your shoes and this and you ugly. It's always that one boy who do that, right? And then it's always one nigga that be like, that's why your mom died of cancer. And you be like, wait, what?
And she really did die of
and
cancer.
she genuinely died of cancer. Like, it be just like that. Like, your mama's so fat, when she sat on the rainbow, Skittles popped out. And then that nigga be like, and your mom died of cancer when you were 5. That is basically what happened with Drake and Pusha T. Drake thought this was la la. I'm so tired. Why y'all messing with me and album on? Oh,
the audacity.
Oh my God. You niggas wept. And then you get a nigga who come back out like, oh, by the way,
I know your baby mama.
We cool. She told me this, and your mama trash and your daddy trash. And basically you lame as fuck. I've been thought you was lame as fuck. So now what? Didn't think that was gonna go that way. His feelings is hurt because my feelings would be hurt. But like I said, you can't just walk around playing with people all the time because sometimes people ain't finna play with your black ass.
Again, this is rap. This is what we do.
But at the end of the day,
this is rap.
I mean, for everybody who said, okay, granted, I think the MS thing was mean.
This is
but
rap,
with that
baby.
being said, I'm from the 90s.
This is rap, baby.
I'm from the 90s. Because my favorite... Technically, I have 2 favorite diss records. One's not really a diss record, though. I do thoroughly enjoy when Kid and Play went at each other at the party because it's so corny and the crowd is so...
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Kid said, my name spelled backwards describes you best. Wait, that shit...
No, ma'am.
No. You didn't get played. You just got played out. Like, so,
that's not
is it going to be me or Erase Ahead? What's up? I'm just more than hair and a smile. And they were so like aggressive with like these fun lines. I love Kid and Play. But my actual favorite diss record actually goes to Tupac because Tupac essentially is me.
Hit him up?
Yeah. Tupac is essentially me if I had to do a diss record. At the end of Hit Him Up, first of all, he was like, I fucked your bitch, fat motherfucker.
He said, first off.
That's his first line, but when the music first starts, he'd be like, I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. And I knew right then that me and Tupac were one because he didn't even like try to open it up with like a rhyme. He had something to get off his chest. And then after he rhymes, at the end of it, he just cusses their ass all out. Fuck Bad Boy as an organization, business, and label. Fuck you for liking Bad Boy. Fuck this. And this nigga got sickle cell. Die slow, motherfucker. My kids, I'll make sure your kids don't grow. And he just cussed everybody out at the end. So this is why Hit 'Em Up is always my favorite, because he is essentially me. He got so fed up that he didn't want to do this shit on beat no more. Like, he was just like, you know what, I don't have time to do this shit on beat. I'm just gonna cuss their asses out. And then it's like he goes on a tangent, but it's like he pauses and then he thinks about it again, and then he just goes all the way back in.
He goes back in.
Don't one of you niggas got sickle cell or something, fuck around and get a seizure and die fucking with me. Tupac cussed their ass out. So Hit 'Em Up is my favorite. I like No Vaseline too. But Hit 'Em Up, Tupac, mine.
You know, I'm from more of the Jay-Z and Nas. You know, Super Ugly. I personally feel like that was one of the best diss records.
Now I remember that. Is that the
Fuck Jay-Z. And he did it over a beat, a Jay-Z beat.
Vaguely. I have to re-up on my Jay-Z and Nas beat.
Or was it a KRS one? I'm not too sure. But anyways, but the first beginning of that song was fuck Jay-Z.
Yeah, I mean,
and then, you know, Jay-Z talks about Nas.
Then he put the condom in the baby carriage.
In the baby seat. Yeah.
Oh, the good days. Some niggas is friends now. Look how life.
And Jay-Z's mom Jay-Z said that his mom called him when she heard the song and was just like, whoa, you're going too far. The kids' car seat, for real?
Oh, the 90s.
But, you know, I honestly, I mean, like, this is hip-hop, right? Like, you supposed to be the greatest. You supposed to be that nigga. There are going to be people that are going to come for your head. So it's not like, to me, it's not like something out of the ordinary. It's to be expected. It's to that's why you always got to be on your P's and Q's. So you can't ever let these niggas know your business more than you want them to.
Well, actually, because I've seen this interview with Pusha T, and if true, what made the diss record to me even better was the fact that I guess Adnan was supposed to be like his. What's that nigga name? Adana? Wait, what is it? Adnan? What is it? Adonis? No, Adnan is like his Adidas label, his Adidas thing.
I don't know. I don't know.
The thing is, I seen an interview and they said that he was supposedly going to do a line
with Adidas,
and then premiere his son, and if that is indeed true, the fact that Pusha T actually has Drake and Adidas going back to the drawing board and 9 times out of 10 burning T-shirts and sneakers is hilarious as hell to me personally.
I mean, again, you cannot.
And then Drake had more to lose. That's and the infrared to me. They already said you had a ghostwriter. Who gives a fuck at this point?
And that goes back to me that shows like you cannot, if you know you the number one nigga, somebody is leaking this information.
I mean, Kanye owns good music. That's Pusha T. Kanye does Adidas as well. They all know the same people.
But at the end of the day,
and then honestly, Drake doesn't seem like, my friend said it earlier today. She was like, Drake first came out, he was a bit like corny and lame, and it was endearing. And then he seems like the kid that went to college and pledged and then got a big head. So who knows what Drake is doing behind the scenes to people. Like, we think he's sweet and charming.
No.
But he started off as very sweet and charming. Yeah. And most girls do like Drake and think he's sweet and charming because, you know, his emo music. So, and there's probably a whole bunch of people behind the scenes like, why is this nigga number one all the time? I can't stand this nigga. And that's what happens.
But again, if you know that, and that nigga knows that
when they told me Puff that he slapped his ass down in Miami
that nigga knows that. So to me, if I were, my shit is airtight.
I mean, my shit wouldn't be airtight. Well, I tell my business.
You can only, I mean, like, you can. Look at Jay-Z, right? So Jay-Z allegedly has a child and like a son. He had a kid before with this Jamaican model, right? He shipped her back off to Jamaica, bought her a house, gave her some hush money, and said, "Look, man."
But that's a different era too.
But again,
that's a different era.
But again, it's still if it's a different era, People can still find out about it
I mean,
today.
honestly, I've been to Drake had a baby though, so that's not news to me though.
No, it's not news. But the fact that it's sensationalized right now.
I mean, that been came out. Like Drake, I seen them photos of that baby shower, her being pregnant. I've been seeing all them photos.
Yeah.
Drake killed the story, but then again, Pusha T just pulled it out. And my thing is, you know,
again, you can't let, that's all I'm saying is if you're on a certain level, there's just certain things that should not be touched. And that, I feel like Drake took, like, I feel like maybe perhaps he's not taking the L on that. And people, and it's almost like this, like, discussion of.
Do I think he took an L based on what Pusha T said?
No.
Oh, what do you mean?
No. So what I mean is, okay, mind you, I'm a little drunk right now. I'm just kind of blabbing. I think he took an L. And the reason why I think he took an L was because, number one, he mentioned the blackface before he mentioned his son. Two, he allowed this information to come out of somebody else's mouth for a diss record rather than putting it out for himself. Which
was what he was originally trying to do in the first place.
But again, these niggas know each other.
I mean, at the end of the day, Drake took an L in the rap, I guess, battling.
You can't tell
Drake isn't gonna take.
I don't know what somebody else is like.
I mean, that's fine, but I mean, he took an L in if battle wise, but like me and my mama said. The people who listen to Drake still gonna listen to Drake and still buy his music. The niggas who listen to Pusha T still gonna listen to Pusha T. Drake is embarrassed and a bit butthurt. Go sit down somewhere, come back with another Nice for What or something else, whatever, a Caribbean song, whatever the hell genre of music you about to decide to do this go around, and everyone to be happy and move on. So, you know, Drake, Nice for What is still a bop. You know, you should have kept your mouth closed. Infrared everybody doesn't deserve a response. That did not deserve a response. And, you know, now that, you know, nigga, living your truth. At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you what Kim.
Champagne Poppy, living your truth.
I'm gonna tell you what Kim D told me when I said I want to do a podcast. I said, "Ma, I want to do a podcast. I don't know." She said, "Tell all your business. So when your podcast become popping, nobody's gonna pull up anywhere and be like, oh, in college she got arrested because of this, or she was drunk all the time, or she need to do X,
Drake,
Y,
you
Z."
should have told your truth.
Yeah, tell your truth.
Told your truth.
When you tell your truth, nobody can use it against you. You know?
Boom.
So that's that. And Roseanne, I don't know how you got a reboot in the first place, but good riddance. I never watched you prior. I didn't watch you now. So your show being canceled don't make me no never mind. So
it don't make me no never mind because I didn't even know your show I did know your show got rebooted, but I never watched it. No.
Yeah, I didn't watch it from jump. I didn't watch it in the 90s. I didn't watch it now. So your show being canceled, just go back to your peanut farm in Hawaii and, you know, live your best life.
And Black Power.
You know, she gonna live her best life. She still got coins. I feel bad for that cast because that poor cast just wanted the dollar, and, you know,
she fucked it up.
She really did, because majority of that cast haven't really worked since Roseanne. So poor kids. But maybe they'll reboot it and kill Roseanne off and just call it. What's their name? Connors? What's their last name? Roseanne Connor? I think it's Connors. But anyways, do you have anything that's cool in the city?
What's cool in the city?
Or nothing at all?
No.
Okay. Well, we're gonna.
Okay.
Oh, did you?
Damn. No, I'll tell you what's cool in the city. You guys, y'all need to go check out this place called Axelrad. It is off of Travis and Alameda. And here in Houston, and it's like this big open space. It's a bar, but it's like you can bring your dogs. They have hammocks, they have lights, they have a little pizza parlor down on the other side of the bar, and you know, it's just a great open space atmosphere.
Wide open spaces,
super wide open spaces. They got benches and all types of just. I mean, it's just such a nice atmosphere. It's so diverse, and I recommend y'all going.
Why? Well,
and that's it.
Travis and Alameda.
Travis and Alameda, yes.
Okay. So this week. Oh wait, I'm lying. I got a Woman Crush Wednesday. Skipped a whole bunch. Well, because y'all gonna get this on Friday, so you know, happy Freaky Friday. But Wednesday,
Friday, flirt after work Fridays.
This week, my Woman Crush Wednesday is Loveta Alize Jenkins.
Oh.
From the Steve Harvey Show. And I genuinely get upset because I feel like people don't give the Steve Harvey Show the recognition it deserves as being like one of the funniest shows in the 90s. That whole entire cast is everything. Steve's funny, Sad's funny, Loveta's funny.
Loveta.
Regina's funny. Everyone on that show. Romeo's funny. Bullethead's funny. Lydia Liza Gutman's funny. That is a funny, funny, funny show. But Loveta is my Woman Crush from Wednesday because she was just so... She was the worst employee ever and kept her job and got her nigga and won the lottery by the end of the show. So let's just start at the beginning. I think she comes in around season 2, if I'm not mistaken. She comes in season 2. She's very honest about how she's never been a secretary or an assistant. And she basically begs Regina for the job. Regina gives her a job. So she essentially gets this job without any prior work history in that field. Now, seeing as though she got the job, you would think she would try her best to not F it up. But she stays on the phone with her mother all the time. She stays running errands for her cousins like Listerine and Raid and stuff.
Listerine.
Girl, yes. She stays being overly unprofessional. She literally she went to watch her stories during lunch all the time. She was stealing food from the cafeteria. She continuously showed up late, once again, always helping on her family. Every time you turn around, she is literally on the phone with her mama. She snuck off to have sex with Cedric all the time. She was just such a bum employee and never got fired. And then on top of all of that, she kind of finagled her way into living with Sad and Steve. And I'm going to assume that she didn't pay any rent while living with them. And really looking back at it, Steve had a nice ass apartment for them to be living in Chicago. He lived in a high rise that overlooked the city. You know, their apartment was genuinely nice. And she literally moved in, didn't buy groceries because Steve always complained about how she was stealing his cakes and, his desserts and all the food that he had. She was hella disrespectful to Steve every time he tried to tell her chill, relax, why are you here? And she I don't know, she just really finagle her way into living with Steve and being a bum ass employee. And then gets married and they win the lottery on the last season or the last episode of the series finale. So Loveta, I'm just trying to finesse my way like you. I'm just trying to get me a VP job without no experience, make a whole bunch of money, and find a nigga that will let me move in and not pay rent. She really just moved in. I don't want to live with my mama no more, Sadie. And she moved in quick. Loveta was moved in by the second episode she premiered on. So, Loveta, I cannot.
Get it.
And she forever had get quick rich schemes and shit. She was just a terrible tyrant. But Loveta Alize Jenkins Robinson.
Loveta Alize.
I stand for you. You're funny. That show's hilarious. And she won a lottery at the end and had a baby. So a win for Loveta. Who knew all that would have came from her being the secretary at the Booker T. Washington High School?
Amen, amen.
But anyway, so this week we're recovering from interracial relationships.
Oh.
He got jungle fever. She got jungle fever.
Hey.
Got jungle fever. They're in love. 'Cause the world is black and the world is white. And then he sung a third song, but I can't remember what it was.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that episode of Fresh Prince when the aunt came and she was dating a white man and the family didn't know he was white?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, that's such a good episode. That's with the first Aunt Viv too.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that episode.
Oh, good episode. I need to find it. I'm going to find it on YouTube. But anyway, so why do they call it jungle fever?
I don't know.
Do people still say
that's racist?
Do people still say jungle fever?
I hope not.
I'm gonna go on
I wish
Twitter.
a motherfucker would say some shit like, "Oh, you got jungle fever," or "Nigga, what?
You got jungle fever, girl." But anyway, so have you ever been in an interracial relationship?
Absolutely. I'd be married to a Hispanic person if I lived in Corpus. I know that for a figgity fact.
Is it because of the way Corpus Christi was? I mean, is it because of the culture of Corpus Christi?
I mean, probably. People that I hung around were predominantly Hispanic and white. I did have black friends, but I always thought the Mexican guys were cute. So,
Even do you think that now? Because I haven't seen you with a Hispanic guy. So was it like because you're in Corpus Christi?
Perhaps.
Because I just haven't seen you.
I haven't been with a Hispanic guy here, but when I was in Corpus, that's all. I of course I like the black guys, but I don't know. It's just what it is. But I do feel like
I've never dated a Spanish guy.
Yeah, I do feel like if I were to have stayed in Corpus, I would have married a Hispanic.
Never dated a Hispanic guy.
I lost my virginity to a Hispanic person.
Hola, my people.
He was like Mexican white.
Oh, that's interesting.
He was half white, half Mexican. But he had beautiful eyes.
Your vagina's international.
Huh?
Your vagina's international. My vagina's African American.
No, I'm international, citizen of the world, baby.
Do you could you date a white guy? Like seriously date? Do you think so? You think you could seriously marry somebody outside your race? But I think a lot of you is because of Corpus Christi.
Mm-hmm. No, honest, and I'm gonna be completely 100% honest.
You don't like black men?
I don't like the Negroes. No, I'm just kidding. No. So I used to have these dreams, right?
Oh my God. What?
I used to have these dreams where it was this white man. It was a white man. Like, he was like chasing me. Well, not like I don't know. I can't describe it, but it was the same white guy in my dream. And I've always told myself that I would probably marry somebody outside of my race. And I feel like it would probably be a white person. I don't know why. But this dream that I had is the same dream. It's the same person, just in different settings. He's always at my grandma's house, it's always like in Corpus. And so I always try to interpret these dreams. Like, when I tell you, like, this feeling that I have with this person is like, I've never felt it with anybody else. Now, granted, all of the boyfriends that I've had while I've lived in Houston have been black. I've never had this feeling that I felt in my dreams with anybody that I've dated. So I always thought in the back of my mind, like, I probably am not going to marry somebody within my race. I'd probably marry somebody outside of my race, probably.
I can't imagine myself not marrying somebody outside my race. And for me, because I haven't like officially like dated a white. I've played with white boys before.
What does that mean?
Like, went out on a couple of dates. But true story, twice. So twice I went out with two separate white guys since I've been in Houston. And I tried to have sex. Okay, so this is the thing too about me. let's just back this up. I get a little disgusted in sex very easily. So it doesn't take much for me to be turned on. So if I'm giving a white boy like a chance anyway, it's already a lot. Because when I see people like Brad Pitt, or when I see people like George Clooney, who I think are attractive white men, I will be like, oh, they're cute, but not in like a, oh shit. They don't make me feel. Cute. Yeah, they don't make me feel like black men make me feel. When I see a fine black man, my vagina feels it too. My head, my heart, and my vagina, package it up, is gone, girl. Right. When I see a cute white boy, it's like, oh, he's cute, and then I can move along. No harm, no foul. So I met the first guy I met. So we went on a few dates, and I'm just like, oh my God, his penis is going to be pink and it's going to be little. I'm so disgusted. So I called my homegirl.
Did you see it?
I called my homegirl. I called her my sister-in-law because I used to date her brother. So I called my play sister-in-law, and I was just like, hey, girl, because she dates white boys. And I'm like, hey, girl, this white guy wants to talk to me. And she's like, you're going to love it. They eat the box, and it's just so great, and it's not all that stuff that black men need, and you're going to love it. Get you a white boy, girl, because she's been trying to get me to mess with white boys for a very, very, very long time. So we go to start messing around, and like he pulls his penis out and puts on this condom, and then like his head wasn't no better than like the regular head I got, so I was just like, all right, okay, whatever. So he puts the condom on, and I've had sex with black men for so long. Like, not seeing a Magnum threw me off already. Because something about black men, like, even if a black man don't need a Magnum, he gonna get a Magnum. So I forgot that they made
You
condoms.
ain't fucking lying. A nigga don't even need a Magnum.
They're gonna have a Magnum. So I forgot that they made condoms in like other like brands and colors because I have so used to like the gold one. So I'm like, what is that? He's like, oh, it's a condom. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm confused. So he puts the condom on and it's like a regular like lifestyle or something. And it's like kind of baggy. He's supposedly hard. So then I didn't want to be like, you know, the myth is true. White boys have small penises. Because I've messed with the black boy that's had a small penis as well. So I know that it's not a... it could almost be a color thing, though. But anyway, so...
No, it's not. It's not.
For me, 99.9% of the black men I have messed with had nice sized penises. The two white men I've messed with had small penises. So I'm gonna trust that majority black men have big dicks and, you know, an average size.
That's true.
So I'm not, and I don't have time to pick and choose and figure out which one has a good size. White boy has a good size. So he puts the condom on anyway. So he puts the condom on and it's a bit baggy and I was just like, I cannot do this. And then like we were already drinking, so he was kind of like buzzed and then he was like, he can't get a hard. And I'm like, nigga, like I can't, I don't even want to play with it because it's so small. And if I do play with it and it gets hard, it can't grow much from this. And so basically that situation happened again with another white boy. And I was just like, I can't. I'm like Indira. I like brown skin. You know I love your brown skin.
You know, I'm all for whoever can get it popping.
I mean, I'm
all for whoever can get it popping. I'm going to tell you something. These be
an equal opportunist lover.
I am an equal, like, I love baby, I am an equal opportunist. And not to say like everybody, not everybody, but it is, I'm not one of those people that are just like, nah, I need to be with my black king.
I know, I don't go that far. Now the thing is, I am open to, if it was to happen, I wouldn't be like, no, I can't date you because you're a white boy. I would be open to dating outside my race. I am very open to dating outside my race. With that being said, if you give me a chart and say who I prefer black men. I like them darker than me. I like them tall. I like them big. I like black men. Yeah. And, you know, and with that being said, I don't get offended because I know a lot of people not a lot, but I know a few people who do get offended when they see black men with white women. Do you? That's kind of my thing. My only issue with black men who date outside their race is when they shit on black women to do so. If you like white women, if you like your girl to have blonde hair and blue eyes, that is your business and your prerogative. Just say that. Don't say I like white women because black women and then go on with your statement about attitudes being ghetto and all whatever you say. Mm-hmm. Or, you know, they're crazy. All these things you say about black women in order to date a white woman. Just date your white woman to be happy. I don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. And I don't like black men who say stuff about black women, especially when your ass got a black mama, sisters, and aunties. Mm-hmm. Somebody need to pop you in your fucking mouth. Like, I take offense to that. So if Becky out there with, you know, Tyrone, do y'all. You know, care less. But I don't like to when black men kind of, and I see this a lot on the internet, when a black woman when there's somebody who isn't black that dates a black man and then they do something stupid or whatever and black women comment, they create this division that's already there and doesn't need any more help of, y'all just hate on her because she white. Y'all just hate on her because she's Spanish. Y'all just hate on her and it's just like, no, she said something stupid and we comment. We not hating on her. And so that annoys me too about some people who have interracial relationships. In general, I don't give a shit. But it's just those handful of black men who kind of make it more about black women than just saying that's what you prefer. Like, I prefer black men. And to even take it a step further, I prefer dark-skinned black men. Mm. That's my personal preference. Mm. If your preference is whatever, that's your business. I don't like dark-skinned black men in spite of what some light-skinned black boy did to me. I just like dark-skinned black men and I can move on. So that's my only issue. Yeah, I can't.
White, brown, Puerto Rican, or Asian.
No.
Only race I have not dated was Asian. Even though I had,
But you
in
have-
high school, my dad was friends with a I'm gonna say he was Japanese, something of that descent, and he owned a sushi restaurant, and his son was just a beautiful. I maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just because again where I grew up, but I thought his son was so beautiful, and I always tried to like make his son my boyfriend, but like we were like maybe 16, 17 going into the sushi restaurant, and this is when I was popping out, garden, I was making my money, and I used to really buy shit, and I bought a bottle of champagne, and my ID went through. So the son,
Your fake ID went through.
My fake ID went through. The son brought the champagne out. And I was like, yeah, you are fine. And I left him like a really big tip because I wanted him to remember me.
Did he remember you?
He did. He did.
He just didn't want to date you.
Well, because, he was like 19. I was like 16, 17.
Oh.
So, yeah. 16 at the time, I think. 16.
You bought bottles of champagne at 16? You were fast.
I was. I was popping. I was at Olive Garden.
I cannot take it.
I can't help it.
I can't believe you had a fake ID at 16. Jesus, my God.
I was out here. I was
Clearly.
living. I was living.
Clearly.
But yeah, man, I'm all for
You know what
interracial. I want a beautiful, curly-haired,
Oh, my God. Here you go with that
light
shit.
eyed baby. Now I don't care if my baby's dark skin. I just want my baby to have light eyes.
Oh,
and
you're that
curly-
person.
Huh?
Girl, me and my family just went in on some girl online behind some shit like that.
What?
My cousin, he dates a white girl, and they have a baby. Gorgeous baby. He has like green eyes, his bright skin. And this girl says, he's cute. Is he mixed? And my aunt sees it, and then my aunt was like, well, we're all mixed, and kind of like try to curve the girl's question, because when you read it, I get that it probably was two thoughts in her mind, like he's cute, period. Is he mixed? But when I read it, and the way pretty much everybody else interpreted it was like he's cute because he is mixed. So everyone, like my auntie commented, and the girl like, don't make this a race thing. And then I'm like, who fucking auntie is she talking to? Like, who is this girl?
There we go.
So then I had to put my gif up I put a gif of black people just standing up looking like, do we need to say something, or what's about the girl? Because I think it sounds very stupid and childish when people say that, like that whole
You're pretty, or
you're pretty because you're mixed, or I want
right.
my kid to look like this, because let me tell y'all something about y'all mixed kids and these light
I
skinned
want
kids.
my babies to be mixed.
That's fine. Let me tell y'all something cute about these mixed kids and light skinned kids. Y'all be doing this dumb shit. Y'all say that, but when you have kids that are light skinned and they're not cute, they're really not cute. And when you have mixed babies that aren't cute, they're really not cute. And y'all, because I know a few people who I knew like this lady who had like these mixed kids, and she kept trying to make her daughter feel better than like being a regular black girl. And that was my other issue. No, that's what it was. My other issue with like some white women who date black men, when they have kids, it's like they try to
instill the whiteness more.
Yes, versus black, and that's like annoying to me, because how can you like chase after black men or love black men and then have these babies and then try to be like, no, you're not black, you're mixed. You're mixed. And it's like, no, bitch, if it all
black.
come down to
they
it,
black.
your child's black, and bitch, what? And why do you say that when that girl got a whole black ass family on the other side? Like, stop, don't do that shit. And that's why I think it's difficult, because I remember this one girl when I was in high school, she's like, well, my mom already said black girls are gonna hate on me because I was mixed. Like, why are you telling your 2-year-old that? And then y'all kind of give them this like stigma a little bit growing up. And I think that's how we all end up combative. And we don't even need a reason to be combative, because even though people don't like to admit it, I think a lot of stuff did start off with slavery. Just like I kind of do feel like black men in general, which is fine, black men in general, when they do hit a level of success, they do get their white girl. Kind of how, Michael did Bernadine and Wayne to excel. I do think that happens a lot. I do think there's something about whiteness and white-ish that makes black men feel better when they hit a level of success. And it's unfortunate, because it's still very evident today, because I was on the Shade Room and Anthony Anderson showed his wife. And I've seen his wife before. She's dark skinned with dreads. And I was reading the comments and everyone was like, oh my God, he got a real black girl. Oh my God. Like, people were genuinely shocked that Anthony Anderson had like this dark skin. But in general, that doesn't make, it's a lot of hood people who get a level of success and still marry white girls or not that black girl. Even when, I remember I was actually talking to my dad when Barack Obama was running. He was like, yeah, he dates like a black woman, like a real black woman. But when he said that, I knew he was talking about a brown skin or a dark skin girl. I knew it wasn't Whitley Gilbert's-ish. And so that always, it's something, even Kanye, you know, when he get on, he leave your ass for a white girl. Like, it's something about that throws me off too. And like, the success is better if it's a non-brown or dark-skinned girl, which pulls back to...
So does that same rule still apply for a black woman and a white man?
But people give black women who date white men more hell. Like, just Meghan Markle just married Prince
But
Harry.
I don't think that she got hell for that. I think
Did you not see them comments?
I think that they were cheering for her.
Did you not see them? I'm not talking about in general. I'm talking about black men. Black men are harder on, for black men to habitually date out their race. They're very hard on black women who date outside their race.
No, I didn't see those comments.
Even Serena, like, it was a whole shitload. It's just like, y'all dog Serena out for years. And Serena has dated black men too. She just fell in love with who she fell in love with, and that's completely fine. I think it is like a double standard. Like, black men can date whomever, but they do think that black women should hold them down and they are king and save your black men and love your black men. And I believe it, but I don't believe it to that extent. I do think I am my brother's keeper. I do like black men. I am my brother. I am my culture's keeper. I am my people's keeper. With that being said, y'all niggas ain't my keeper.
Y'all niggas ain't nobody's keeper.
Y'all niggas ain't nobody's keeper. Y'all gonna date an average 5 over like a 10 black girl all the time. But an average 5 white girl over a 10 black girl.
An average 4.
An average 4.2.
Let's say that.
And y'all will leave a full black girl that was down for you, like Bernadine was down for Michael and Wayne to exile. So I think it is a double standard. Like, people really did try to say a lot about black women, or even like when Eve. I read comments about like Eve, and then when Eve explained her story, she was like, I didn't think I was gonna fall for no white boy. I was just minding my business.
And he should be right.
He should be right, and that's what's up. And I think it should be like that. Like I said, I prefer, but I'm very much so open.
I'm just minding my business, and my white man is treating me right.
And as you should. I mean, she came from Stevie J, so hey, girl.
Hey, and that nigga still trash out
here.
here.
Hey, girl, do you?
Hey, you got you a king that's gonna support you. Now, granted, he's a Caucasian king.
Yeah, but get your life.
Hey,
I mean,
I'm here for it.
I don't mind at all. I remember back in the day, I read this book, and I need to figure out the name of it. I might need to Google, like... Oh, God, how do you find a book that you... Never mind. Anyways, so I read this book back in the day. It was like set in like the 50s or the 60s. And I remember this guy and his dad, and he was graduating high school. And his dad said, you have 2 options for your graduation gift. Either you can get a car or you can have a night with a white woman. And the boy chose a night with a white woman. And I remember thinking, like, that is actually essentially life. Like, I really do feel like a lot of, like, black men uphold like white women to this pristine, my, angel, don't hurt the white woman stereotype, because black girls are always the ghetto ones, the crazy ones. Tiger Woods' wife was beating the shit out of him with a club, and like people were like, oh, that poor white woman, knowing damn well if a black girl would have did that shit, it'd be like, oh, that ghetto ass girl beating this nigga with a club. Cause they really it was like, oh, poor white woman. And that be my only beef with interracial relationships, is the fact that they try to, like, they don't even everybody out. Black women are crazy, white women are crazy too. So are Spanish, so are Asian.
All women are crazy.
Yeah, all men are crazy.
All women are crazy.
Everybody's crazy. Everybody has a crazy side. That's my only...
women are
I don't
crazy.
like the generalizations that they tend to do in interracial relationships. And that would be outside of... do y'all. But don't do stuff in spite of. Like... I date white women because black women are just... Don't do that. Just, if you like brunettes, that tan.
But it's so funny
just do that.
Because it's like, it's like the same shit. Like black guys tend to complain about black women. It's like other races find that to be so attractive.
That is true.
And maybe I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but that's my experience, is that what black men tend to find as like too much from a black woman, other races think that it's like, whoa, I love this. I love that about you. I love that you so spicy. I love that you cuss me out. I love that you ain't afraid to pop me over my head. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe I feel like sometimes our black counterparts we're stronger than them in a sense, like emotionally, because a lot of these niggas out here are running around emotionally hurt, and they don't know how to handle strong personalities. Black women have strong personalities. Not to say white women or Hispanic women or, you know, other races don't, but I think as a black woman, we spicy, hella. So I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Listen, love who loves you. Somebody once gave me that advice, and that is the truth. You know, and if somebody's your type, just say that's your type. Don't
make it a black or white.
Don't make it a black or white thing. Don't. I like white women because they're just so vastly different from black women. When we know that's a damn lie, especially that football player, I can't think of his name, who straight up said he didn't date black women because they were crazy and ghetto, and then come to find out he married a white woman who was whooping his ass and calling him a nigger. So she was. So yeah, and truth be told, one of the craziest women I know in general was this white girl in college named Nicole. Nicole was out here giving the guy she was dating the business. So it's not a race thing, you know.
It's not. I mean,
not like that. Not like you niggas who be saying you date white women because black women fill in the blank. So I mean, that's terrible. That's trash. As far as that goes,
I love my Caucasian men.
Y'all
I love
penises.
My Asian men.
I mean, I don't want to sound.
Man.
I don't want to sound ignorant, but those two penises that were small and pink really traumatized me personally as a person who gets traumatized easily during sex. So I can't.
I'll just say this: I have been thoroughly surprised. And I'm very grateful.
Listen.
I'm very grateful for my Caucasian counterparts.
Listen.
Because, good Lord, I didn't know. And maybe it's just like 1 in 15, 1 in 7, 1 in... I don't know the number. I don't know the statistics. But I will just say this. God is good.
Listen, and I was under the impression that this head from a white person was just going to be just so amazingly like, oh my God. Honestly, you know, it was just like the other head I got. It wasn't extremely bad. I was under false pretenses when I went into this situation. So maybe that's why I was real difficult when I was trying to have sex with the white boy. I came in with too much of what I've heard. So, you know, like I said, I don't discriminate.
You could have been too much for him. You could have been too much for him. Did you think about that? Maybe he was nervous. Maybe if my
dick was that size, I would be nervous too.
But the fact that he had a black queen and he didn't know exactly how it was gonna shake, he probably tried his best.
Well, almost doesn't count. And you know, the black men I've talked to never back down from a competition.
Let me tell you something.
Listen, I know. Listen, one night I was with this dude.
Niggas with small dicks, and I know niggas with big dicks that still that only have like this one certain move.
Well, with that being said, I don't like extremely big dicks anyway. I like a little bit more than average. My vagina tilts to the left, as I've said repeatedly on this podcast. So I don't even, when I like an average sized penis. Now this penis here, the two penises from the white guys I had, it was like the size of like a highlighter cap. I don't really know what to do with that. So that's not my personal ministry.
Bitch!
Like,
what?
He put the condom on and it was baggy. And I think y'all think I'm exaggerating. It was like it was wrinkly. It was baggy. Like, I don't...
Bitch, you said it was a what?
The size of like a highlighter cap. Like from highlighters.
Like a Sharpie highlighter?
No, go like the big yellow one. The big yellow one, take the cap off. That was the size of his penis. Now put a condom on that. Actually, everybody do that. If you have a condom at the house or... I don't know. Well, you should have one at work. Well, maybe you have one in your wallet. Whatever. Take the top of the yellow highlighter, like the standard highlighter. Take the cap off. Put a condom on it. That's what I was dealing with. And then I was kind of buzzed.
Was it small like that? Like the width?
Yes, it was small. Well, actually, it was a little. The width was a little bigger
now
than.
You can do width.
No. You can't do width. If it's still like.
I mean,
if it's like a Vienna sausage and it's still wide, it's still a Vienna sausage. It's a wide ass Vienna sausage. I don't want no big round thing like a nub in my vagina. I don't like nubs. That's
but
a
if
nub.
they got the motion in the ocean,
that's not always goddamn true, y'all. I get it. I get the saying, but you still need to feel something in order to feel the motion.
If he can make you orgasm.
How you gonna make me orgasm if your penis can't even go in my vagina? Like, you're missing the point here. Why am I still saying is it?
Maybe it can be an external stimulation.
I don't have time for you to have. Listen, let me tell y'all something about me and my sex life. I'm not against head, but I'm also one of them people that like don't forcibly like make people eat my vagina for like 40 minutes. Like, some people be like, I really like penis.
I do too.
Essentially,
I prefer.
Everything else is just. Everything is just. For shits and giggles.
I prefer penis before.
Yeah, so that, and then it made sense why he was just so adamant on giving me head. And I'm just like, put it in. But, neither here nor there. It happened twice. He don't live too far from me now. I actually seen him down to the Kroger's and I was just like, hey. And he was like, hey. And I was just like, never again. So, it was just baggy and it was like a lifestyle condom. I hadn't seen one in a very long time. And, it wasn't for me. Those two particular instances didn't help
the case.
The case, yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe if I was like pleasantly shocked, I'll be more in the white boy market. But I was just like,
I was shocked. I was shocked. This nigga been saying dick. I was shocked. I was shocked.
I was thinking I was gonna get like Lost Without You, Robin Thicke, and then I got his daddy Alan Thicke from All in the Family. That's kind of what is it? All in the Family he was on?
I'm not too sure.
Whatever, the '80s show Alan
Alf?
Thicke was. No, it wasn't Alf.
Oh.
But I was thinking I was getting cool stroking white boy, and then I end up with
Woo!
Alan Thicke, nice house and family white boy.
I'm here for it. I'm here for my white men of color. Okay, I'm here for my white men of color.
In short, just love who you love, but don't love them because you hate some other race or in spite of.
I'm here for my white men of color, and I'm here to make mixed babies. I'm here for it. And if I can find me a good black king, I'm here to make black babies. But right now,
your vagina is an equal opportunist.
I'm an equal opportunist, baby. If you're a good man, Savannah, I'm here for you.
And that's that on that. So we have a letter. I'm not going to say your name. We're going to call you Roberta Flack.
Oh.
I did. She was on my Pandora earlier. So it say, hey girls, hey, love the show. I listen every week.
Shout out.
No disrespect, but can y'all stop skipping weeks? That was shade.
Ooh.
That shade. Listen, pause this letter. Bitches be busy. I've been trying to tell y'all.
Look, I'm going to tell you something. Real quick, side note. Ebony and I have polar opposite schedules. Okay, I get up in the morning. Well, not to say that she doesn't get up in the morning.
I work at night.
She works at night. I work during the day. So by the time I get off of work, she's already at work.
I'm going to
or
work.
She's going to work. And my thing is like, okay, she gets off late. I have to get up early. I only have a small window before I get super tired. And by the time she gets off work, I fall asleep. I legit be falling asleep.
Yeah, we really do have opposite schedules.
We have opposite ass schedules. As before, you know, we just got opposite ass schedules, man.
So
don't judge us. We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure it out, man.
But we got you. So, back to the letter.
Sorry.
Here's my problem. And you guys always say it's a judgment-free zone, so here it goes. I'm in a 2-year committed relationship. I love my boyfriend and I'm in love with my boyfriend. She kept those two. That's why I yelled it. I just need you to know she's committed and she's in love.
Okay, got
Let's
that.
move forward.
Let me write that down.
Got it? Take notes, bitch. This is a doozy. Committed first and in love.
She's committed.
And in love.
Okay.
Roberta Flack goes on to say, my first love / ex-boyfriend / ex-first sexual partner / friend came to the city I live in for work. After meeting up and catching up, we had sex. It wasn't any emotions tied into it. It was just good old-fashioned sex with an old boyfriend and ex-friends and a homie. We hooked up a couple of more times before he left.
Oh, Jesus.
A couple of weeks later, I found out I had an STD.
Oh.
It's very curable, but the doctor said I should tell my partner so he can be treated. If I tell him, then I will be telling him I also cheated. I was thinking of different ways to cure him / chopping up the medicine and putting it in his drink, but I don't know. How should I tell him I cheated and got an STD? And you guys said this is a no judgment zone. Plus, Natoya Ebony, you already said you had chlamydia. Signed, Roberta Flack. Let me tell you something, bitch.
Roberta!
You ain't gotta shame my chlamydia, bitch. That was 12 years ago. My chlamydia. Technically, I had it twice. But tried it. My chlamydia has aged out. Okay?
It's aged out, spaced out.
My chlamydia aged out, bro. Like, you ain't gotta judge my poom. My poom is good. My poom is flowing in grace.
Look, let me tell you something.
Ooh, child.
Okay, so
STD shame me.
Okay, so if it's curable, okay, this is my thing.
Roberta,
you
fucked up, Roberta.
You fucked up. And I'm not saying that as in a judgmental way.
We're not, man. Sometimes you just fuck up.
As a friend of friend, sis to sis. Sis, you fucked up. Okay? Number one, you should have wore a condom. Okay?
Wait.
Nah.
Roberta, you should have worn a condom. But I know how.
I know how it goes. I know. You fuck with the nigga before. Y'all got that rapport. And he's like, hey, babe. And then it's just like, nah, it's too tight. I don't like it. He's like, all right, we had sex before. Still, if that's not your main, no. That's like a risk, a gamble that should not be taken. And again, I'm not judging you because I've been in the same situation. I ain't catch nothing, thank God. But I get it. But at the same time, if you say that you love somebody, are in love with somebody, and are committed to somebody, and you decide to dip and dabble outside of that relationship, at least protect yourself and not partake in raw dogging. Now, let's go talk about, should you tell him, should you chop up some medicine in a Gatorade and give him all this? The thing is, at a certain point, I can't tell you what you should do, because at the end of the day, you know what you should do. And real bitches do real things, man. You do some fucked off shit, you gotta just come correct. Because if you lie and if you do deceitful clownery shit,
we do clownery, the clownery
comes back to you.
When you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite.
So
That's what Monique told me on Charm School.
I can't advocate for you doing some deceitful shit, because at the end of the day, if the tables were turned, how would you feel if somebody did that to you? So I think that as uncomfortable as that conversation may be, and all of that is going to come with it, that is just something that I feel that is important, because number one, it's your health, it's his health, and that is not to be taken lightly, because of that's just important. So if you feel that you have exposed him to something and he needs to get medical attention, that ain't something that you can just hide in a Gatorade. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that to people. Give them a choice. And again, as uncomfortable as it may seem, you never know. And, it's just one of the consequences that you have to deal with when that type
when you raw dogging.
When that situation is in play, that's just what you have
Thank God it's curable, Roberta.
And thank God it's curable.
And you didn't have to shame me for my STD.
It's curable. So, it's not that bad. I mean, it's how you word it. Pull out some printouts, get some pamphlets, get an advocate on your side. Go, something to make it sound, make the impact not as detrimental. But at the end of the day, I mean, it ain't, if it's not AIDS or like something that's long term, you'll be all right.
Shit. Well, Roberta, honestly,
that's my opinion.
Honestly, Roberta, since you're grown enough to go fucking raw dogging with your ex homie lover friend,
more than once,
or maybe more than once.
You said
he did say
a
few times.
Yeah.
You have to be an adult about it and have an adult conversation about your STD with the guy that you're committed and in love, your words, with. Now, with that being said, is he a cheater? Because see, here's the thing, Roberta. And now I want to preempt to say the responsible and adult thing to do is to just be straight up and tell him. Now let's bring this back.
Devil's advocate.
Not even a devil's advocate, just real questions, because I don't like when people say devil's advocate, because listen, in reality, if boyfriend X has been cheating on you and being a terrible tyrant, which I don't know your relationship, maybe he is home being your Russell Wilson, maybe if he's being your future and he out here fucking hoes,
that's true,
and he's being a terrible tyrant,
that's true.
I mean, this is gonna sound really bad, but would it be real terrible?
Are you gonna marry him?
No. Would it be like real terrible
if you ain't tell him shit
to take? Okay, so you need to find out if he has it, right? So actually, and I'm just saying this from when like you apparently said when I got my chlamydia, they were actually. I mean, she did bring up my chlamydia again. They will actually call the people you've had. The doctor is actually like one of their like obligations that
you have to call the partners.
They could actually call the partners for you. So maybe you should have them call the partner, right? And see how he reacts to it. Because if he come to you and be like, we're gonna name him Michael. So let's say they call Michael and be like, hey, Michael, this is, Tiffany from the health department,
of Cincinnati.
Cincinnati or whatever. We can't say who because, this is HIPAA. This is HIPAA. This is anonymous,
But you need to be checked out.
You need to be checked out because somebody that you might have had sexual contact with.
Boom. That's how you see if you're cheating.
Tested positive for XYZ. Because you didn't tell us what you had, but you did bring up my chlamydia. Just want to throw that back out there. So they're going to call Michael, right?
Boom.
Now, is Michael might be like, what the fuck? And come to you and be like, yo, I got something. I ain't even doing nothing. And
boom.
You can be like, what? And act shocked. Michael might not say nothing at all because Michael might be just getting himself fixed. And, not.
And let's piggyback off of that. You could probably get a Walmart phone, prepaid number, call.
Why is she doing all that?
Because so she can see the reaction.
No, that's too much work. You can just have the people from the hospital call, and then if he comes and tells you about it and be like, I cheated on you, then boom, clean slate, you cheated, he cheated. You
Don't tell him shit.
You niggas don't tell him shit. Y'all both cheated. You cancel it out. You move forward with your guilt-free heart and your conscience. You don't let that STD hold you back. If he cheated on you,
That's
you be
right.
like, you know what, baby.
That's right.
Actually, at that time, you need to figure out if you want to be together or if you don't want to be together. That's the only thing you
take
need to
her
do.
advice first, and then you go the honest route. If he tells you,
if he tells you got something,
you go the honest route.
Go the honest lie route.
Honest lie?
No, because honestly, she already knows she got something. So she already lied, but because she has to act shocked, he'd be like, "Oh my God, I got something."
And then just be like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the clinic tomorrow."
Yeah, you gotta act like you ain't been there before. you gotta be like, "Wait, you got some? What you mean? Do I need to get checked out?" You gotta be like pacing around the house.
I
real
don't fucking know,
worried.
nigga. And then be like, "Yeah, you got me fucked up."
You might just say the night at a best friend house, and
Just
then act like
save
you're
face.
going to you gotta save face, and then next day go to work, but pretend you go to the doctor's office, and then you gotta wait like 2 to 3 days. You know,
get your results. You gotta wait till you get your results.
I haven't had chlamydia since back in the day, so I don't know. Maybe it's faster now, but when I got it, you had to wait a couple of days. So, I don't know if they do a rush thing now. I don't know if they have them down at the CVS. I don't know how it works nowadays. Thank God, But you need to just save face, wait a couple of days, then call him up and be like. But if he really acts like, "How did I get it?" then you kind of got to be like, okay. But if he kind of acts like, "Oh, I got it, but I don't really know," that's a little leeway. That means he been fucking around. So you can be like, "Hey, I got it. We in this together." It could be like, "I don't have it. Thank God you need to stop sleeping around on me." And then, Now, with all that being said, take the first advice. Being the honest person and,
Or you can just
play my scenario out.
I honestly, see if the nigga cheating first.
Listen.
Because that's gonna be
I worked at the hospital. HIPAA ain't gonna say it was you, girl. So he just gonna be looking crazy. If you come to the house and he like texting, like mass texting bitches, like you got something and
and he ain't say shit.
He ain't say shit to
the doctor. Did you know the doctor made that phone call?
Yeah, you know they call that nigga.
Okay.
That nigga,
test the waters. That's gonna be the test of your relationship.
Yeah.
Fuck that. That's the test.
You come home, he trying to play like he happy, but he look like he been crying in the bathroom. Or all of a sudden he don't want to cuddle because he don't want to start nothing because he can't fuck.
Because he on them antibiotics.
He on them antibiotics. Because people, they tell you not to drink, but when he ain't finna try to get dumb, stupid drunk, because he be on antibiotics, because people still do be kind of drinking on the antibiotics. They just don't be trying to get dumb, But, girl.
Test the waters, you gotta be smart about it.
Like, hey, babe, and he like trying to swerve.
Especially, and to me, like, well, even still, you still have to protect yourself. And
listen.
Hey, man, you need to figure out if it's worth spilling the beans to. Because you don't even know the type of nigga he might be. Because he might be like, "Oh, this bitch gave me an STD." And he might go around telling people about you. Y'all break up. And the nigga start telling people you gave him an STD. But he don't mention that it was curable. He just mentions that, you got this, and that. And you done, mind you, this whole time the nigga ain't shit. So I would just...
Listen, go ahead, have the local hospital,
tell
the
Dr.
CNA, tell that
CNA.
have that CNA call down to they have to. That's genuinely a part of their job. Had them tell, and if he don't come to you, then that mean that nigga cheating on you. He trying to cure himself, hoping you ain't got it, and you need to break up with him anyway, because that mean he's selfish as fuck. That mean he don't care about your health. No, for real, Roberta. If they call and he doesn't say anything to you, that means he's selfish as fuck, because he don't even care about your health, my dude. He don't. How you gonna get a phone call and they talking about you got something and you don't tell your bitch? Yo, legit, Roberta. If he genuinely don't come to you and be like, "Babe, something going on, you need to break up with him. That means he does not care about your health.
Immediately.
He doesn't care about your health. Like,
he don't care.
He don't care, man.
He don't care.
You can't
and
trust.
That's your first sign.
You can't trust. I mean, he can't trust you either. But you really can't trust nobody who won't be like, "Hey, I think you might got something."
He can't trust you neither. But you really can't trust
You
him.
really can't trust him though, because he'll let you walk around with some shit. Don't trust somebody that'll let you walk around with some shit, Roberta.
But how does she know? But Roberta, how do you know that you got the STD from the other dude?
She was probably assuming. Think about it.
And again, if you, and now mind you, you're in love and you're committed to one dude. So I know you raw dogging that nigga.
Listen, Roberta, actually, first things first, call the old boy and see if he got something. Because if he says he don't have nothing,
then that means then God damn it,
we done solved half the crime.
Mystery.
Yeah, we got your crime solving, girl.
So
listen, Roberta, email me back, because if you need me to call and pretend to be a doctor, I can, girl.
And that's all I was saying.
No, you sounded like
she could call and pretend.
I mean, I wouldn't have her call. I mean, she
or
should.
Have
no, you
actually,
honestly, you need to actually have so he can call the doctor back and then prescription. Right. So really, you need to go through the hospital. HIPAA got you covered, girl. They ain't gonna say shit. But honestly, if he really don't say nothing about it, you really can't trust that nigga, and y'all need to break up.
And you first, okay. So even with the ex, right? I feel like if y'all have that type of conversation, I think that should be had. Like,
that needs to be had first.
Talk to your ex first. See what the fuck is going on with him.
Because if he takes it and he don't have nothing,
you raw dogging both them niggas.
Because if he take it and he don't have nothing,
then you know where it came from.
You know where it came from. But you still need to have the hospital call him, and then you need to, based on how he moves after he finds out,
him, girl.
This is the side effect of your relationship.
Watch that left hand.
If he let you walk around with bacteria in your vagina, you don't need to fuck with that.
Watch that left hand. That's what my grandpa always used to tell me. Don't worry about the right hand, because the left hand is always moving, trying to do some shit. Watch that left hand.
Listen, if you come in the house and he all moody, but he can't say why he moody, talk about it was a bad day at work,
and he don't want to talk about it,
but you know your vagina flame and you know his penis is flame too, you can't trust that nigga. But then you might find out you have a good man if you really come crying trying to figure out how he got it, and then you have to tell, but still act like you didn't know. You got to be like, wait, what? I got to get tested, then come back, babe, and then go into your truth. But originally, you gotta play the whole role. You gotta let me call my gynecologist. You gotta play the whole.
Come on, it's chess, not checkers.
So you gotta lie, tell the truth.
You gotta lie to tell the truth.
So I hope sometimes you gotta lie to tell the truth. Sometimes you get to the truth through a lie. I don't know. I still feel some type of way about Roberta bringing up my STD.
But she just wanted to make it clear that she didn't want to be shamed.
Bitch, I want to go. Bitch.
She didn't want to be shamed. She didn't. I don't think she meant it in a malice.
Listen,
in malice.
Roberta, hit us back up. Let me know how this works out for you.
I want to know how this works out for you.
But with that being said, I do think you should follow exactly what I said.
Follow the steps. Make sure the ex.
Call the ex first.
Call the ex first.
If he is free and clear, you know it was that nigga, the one you're in love with, right? If the ex got some shit, then damn, you know where it came from. So now phase two. Now, phase two. Let's be clear about phase two. If once you have the hospital call, the one that you're in love with, right?
Babe.
If he first of all, he needs to come to you and tell you. He needs to be. If he acts like it did not exist, then you need to break up with him anyway.
Immediately.
If he comes to you very crying and he's really confused, then you still need to act shocked. You need to be like, what do you mean I have? You need to act like this is the first time you're hearing it. If he comes to you and tell you he cheating, either you need to stay with him or y'all need to break up. But listen, you can call it even at that point. Both of y'all ain't shit, and y'all might live happily ever after. Who knows? Ain't shit people live happily.
Just take your antibiotics.
Take your antibiotics. It's 7 days, girl. 3 times a day. You could. I mean, it might be better than that now. Like I said, when I got my chlamydia, this is now 12 years ago that you mentioned, bitch. But with that being said, I genuinely would do the second part, but you should be an adult and tell him.
And you should also remember, if you are going to have casual sex with your ex, Make him wear a condom. Bring condoms because you don't know what that nigga doing. You don't know what that nigga's doing. No.
And,
We don't know what that nigga's doing. We do
And you
not
don't know who he having sex with because maybe his old lady a slut
And
bucket.
especially if y'all live in different cities.
It sounds like y'all had some good sex too.
And that's fine. But have some good
But let me
safe
tell you
sex.
something. Ain't it good when you have some good sex and then you find out you got some shit? You be like, ugh.
Why did I do that?
Ugh. But you know.
But
Roberta,
it's okay. It's all a learning lesson.
It is.
Hey, I've been there, done that. But I didn't, luckily, thank God, by the grace, it didn't catch it. But, you know, just be safe, man. Protect yourself. You are a queen, Roberta. I don't know your real name, but just be a queen,
Roberta
sis.
Flack.
Be a queen, sis.
Just follow the steps, man. You can get out of this. You can maneuver.
You can move.
You can get out of this, man.
You
This
can
ain't
absolutely maneuver.
This ain't the end. If you worried about your relationship, this really don't have to be the end. People have done worse and niggas have stayed with them. So yeah,
You can maneuver.
I mean, let me take that
you
back.
can.
You can maneuver out of it in a sense of, man, sometimes you just got a lot to tell the truth, girl. God damn.
Just be sure
Follow
you
the steps.
check the ex first. Then, when you get the status of the ex, that's how you can determine how you're going to go forth with this situation. Because
and based on how he reacts to the hospital
news.
calling him, that's
how you know.
That's where we at, girl.
Because if he's genuine, he's going to be like, babe, I just got a phone call, X, Y, and Z.
I don't know
We
how
need
this
to get
happens.
checked.
It's crazy.
Like, let's talk.
If that nigga don't say nothing,
That's the problem.
that's a
a
problem.
red flag.
That's a red flag. I mean, granted, you a red flag too, but that's a red flag. That right there is a red flag.
You're a red flag too. I'm not
trying to take it from you. You're a red flag. But ain't nothing like a red flag getting a red flag. Ain't nothing like two flags on the plane. Ain't nothing like that. I watch sports, girl. So listen, listen, if you know,
Sis, wrap it up.
just wrap it up. But honestly, you know, you if that nigga come to you trying to confess his sins about how he slept with a whole bunch of people, you better act shocked as shit. Like what?
And start crying.
Cry, girl.
Start crying.
Tears are always good.
Start crying.
I'm not really a crier. I yell like when people start to get I don't really cry well in front of boys. I've realized that. So, but it has to be a dramatic reaction, either if it's tears or if it's yelling. If you walk out and go to your best friend's house, you gotta give him the theatrics, girl. You gotta act shocked
And
about
just say,
that.
I love you.
Yeah, you gotta get theatrics.
Yeah.
We talk about your poom, girl. Your poom's in danger. You gotta get
You're in
theatrics over your
danger.
poom. But you know, but that nigga don't say nothing.
You already know what time it is.
You know you need to leave that nigga alone.
You know what time
That
it
nigga
is.
will let you walk around with a bad badge. Trust no one.
Man.
Man, I hope this ridiculous advice helped. My advice was good, girl. So
My advice was good too.
I mean, she really should probably have an
Again, but if the nigga ain't shit, when you do clownery,
the clown come back to bite. You might be his karma, girl. Sometimes you just gotta be his karma and be quiet. sometimes you're a nigga karma and you gotta be quiet.
depending on how he treated his
No. That nigga, I don't know. I need more information on your relationship. Are you home crying because he in a club? Are you out and like how's your relationship?
Are you happy, sis?
Is he got some people in his DMs? Is he liking thought pictures on Instagram?
Is he smiley faces under his comments?
You know,
what's the tea?
You beefing with a baby mama? Is you beefing with an ex-girlfriend? I don't know how your relationship is. So your relationship is based on this advice. If he's really getting ill, I'm lying to you. Listen, follow the steps, bitch. Honestly. Listen, Roberta, take it from, okay, Roberta.
Roberta, take the steps.
Listen, Roberta, do you
Watch
watch
the
Queen
steps.
Sugar? Let me tell you, Roberta, I watched Queen Sugar, and Darla went and told Ralph Angel that baby was not his. Darla should have kept that secret to herself to the grave because she would still have her man and her baby right now. So sometimes, you know,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
sometimes the truth do set you free, but sometimes it set you too free.
It set you free without a man.
Yeah, it set you too free. You know, sometimes it sets you free, and sometimes it's too free. You know, I don't know, but you know.
Jeez.
Well, girl, good luck. Is that it?
Sis, follow the plan, follow the steps, take the proper precautions.
That's what Ebony has taught y'all. Okay.
Take the proper precautions. I'm advocating safe sex, and I'm not advocating that people should hide.
Protection is a priority, and that is on the TLC tip.
I'm not advocating that you hide your things, but since we don't know the full extent of this relationship, he could be a cheater. He could be equally raw dogging other hoes, and you may potentially have gotten this situation from him. We don't know all those.
So don't show
details.
your whole hand. That's all I'm saying.
Please don't show your hand, because if you and again, you may show your whole hand, and then he may in fact have been cheating or something on the side with you, and he can flip it and then make you seem like the bad person, and then it's like
know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Okay, and then you hold these cards. I don't care. I don't even care if he try to make you feel like a bad person. You go to the grave.
Self-preservation is the first law of the jungle. Now you need to make sure that all your ducks are in order and that you know all the facts. And once you have all the facts in regards to your situation, that's how you can start playing the ace, the 8, the jack.
Listen, girl,
find out if that ex got it.
Call the ex first.
Because you don't want to be the clown.
Have the hospital do your other dirty work. It is their job.
HIPAA got you, girl.
Good luck, Roberta.
Please let us know how it goes.
Yeah, please. No, seriously. And
no, we're not judging you, sis. I appreciate your honesty and your transparency. It is.
Listen, you can tell your story without trying to intertwine mine, FYI, but okay.
She just wanted to relate.
Nigga, I know I had chlamydia. You didn't have to remind me. And I had chlamydia 12 years ago, bitch. And one time in my early 20s, but neither here nor there.
Doesn't matter. It's all falling off record.
Yeah, it is. It's past.
So, let's just move forward. All we can do is be better people. Let's wear condoms, regardless of the real
advice is don't cheat on your mate. But if you're
gonna cheat on your mate, wear a freaking condom. If you're going to sleep with somebody that is not the person that you are in love with or committed to,
committed,
wrap it up, so we don't have these issues.
All right, girl.
So you can only blame one person. You don't have to blame two.
And act innocent until proven guilty.
Girl, it's innocence until proven guilty.
But make sure the meds don't get caught. Put the meds, take the meds out of that container, girl. Because somebody see antibiotics. We know what antibiotics is, bitch. We know exactly when people be like, I'm on antibiotics. Nigga, what?
What'd you get?
Yeah, chlamydia. Anyways. So, you guys, you can find me at Natoya Ebony on all social media.
And you can find me at Miss Cool _ in the city.
And you guys, it's recoveringpartygirls@gmail. If you want to send us some letters, recoveringpartygirlsletters@gmail.com.
Thank you for sharing your story. You are well appreciated.
You are appreciated. Happy Friday. You guys have great weekends. Party, turn up, grab an Uber.
Wear condoms.
Listen, TLC told me protection is the priority. And that is, on the TLC tip.
You want a baby.
Or you want an STD. And either, girl, ain't nothing worse than your vagina flaming.
Nothing.
Okay? So, don't trust these niggas be lying, girl. Put condoms on. In short, put condoms on. Even if it's baggy, put condoms on.
And don't let them niggas lie and say it's too tight.
Oh, let me tell y'all, side note before we go. When I was in middle school, you remember when they used to do those safe sex seminars? They had this guy come up. He put his whole fist in a condom. So when them dudes say they cannot wear a condom, they are lying. I watched the man put his whole damn forearm in a condom without it busting. So you tell that Negro he is lying. So in short,
boom,
use condoms. Bye, guys.